For the fourth year now, we here at DolphinsTalk.com are sending 2 United States service members who are lifelong diehard fans of the Miami Dolphins to a game this season at Hard Rock Stadium. I would like to thank all the active service members and veterans who sent in a submission to our contest this year. The response was overwhelming. Picking 2 winners was not easy, as everyone who sent in a submission had a great story and has dedicated their life to service and the United States military. We cannot thank you enough for your service to this country. I had the opportunity to chat with the 2 winners and surprise them with the news that they had won and were going to a Miami Dolphins home game this season. Here is how they reacted. Joining me today on the DolphinsTalk.com podcast is Michael Owens, who sent in a submission to our Military Fan of the Year contest. How are you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing great.
That's awesome. Now, in your submission, I see that you joined the Navy in 1983 and served until 1992. How come the Navy over some other branches in the military? Why the Navy?
Followed in my grandfather's footsteps, basically. My grandfather was in the Navy in World War II, so I decided if I ever went into the service, that's where I was going to go. And at the time, it was a good way to get out of the house.
And being in the Navy, where did they send you? Which parts of the world were you at?
I've been to the I've been up in the North Atlantic. I've been to the Med. I've been through the Panama Canal and around South Carolina, or around South America, mainly Atlantic and Med areas.
Okay, so you got around.
Yeah, I was served. I probably went to one time 31 countries.
Oh wow, that's a lot. Yeah. And you're also a diehard fan of the Miami Dolphins. How did you become a fan of the Dolphins?
I can remember, so.
Yeah. How did you become a fan of the Dolphins?
Well, back in the 1960s, they were probably the only team around. I grew up in plantations, so and my dad watched football, and naturally I watched it. So, and then we eventually moved up to Sarasota, but my brother switched teams and became a Bucs fan, but I stayed with the Fins.
There you go. Smart man there. And I saw here in your submission that you've never been to a Miami Dolphins game before in person.
No, I actually had tickets to the Buffalo game last year, and then they changed it to an evening game.
Yeah, got flexed.
It was by the time they did that, it's like, well, it's too late to find a hotel room, and changed my whole schedule around. And
so still haven't been to a game.
Yeah, I got somebody else that wants to go with me this year, so we're working on tickets to probably the Raiders game.
All right. Well, Michael, thank you so much for a few moments of your time here to share your story. Thank you for your service as well in the Navy, and thank you for being a great fan of the Miami Dolphins. And I do have some exciting news, Michael. Congratulations. You are one of the 2 winners of our Military Fan of the Year contest. And on October 27th, when the Miami Dolphins play the Arizona Cardinals, you will get 2 tickets, a parking pass, and $100 from us to see the game. Congratulations, Michael.
All right. That is fantastic news.
So now it might not be the Raiders game. It might be the Arizona game, I'm thinking.
That's all right. If I hit 2, then I hit 2.
Yeah, that's right. You can hit some games this year to make up for the lost time of the previous years of you not being able to go to a game. But once again, thank you so much for your service to our country, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you. This is fantastic news. I'm excited. I'm excited to be there. Thank you.
Joining me on the DolphinsTalk.com podcast today is Clay Sammons, who sent in a submission to our Military Fan of the Year contest here at the website, DolphinsTalk.com. Clay, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Okay, so you spent 22 years in the Navy. You're currently a senior chief in the Navy. Why did you choose the Navy over any of the other military options you had, like the Army or the Marines?
I actually joined the Navy. I went to the recruiter's office September 12th of 2001. And in my hometown, all of the recruiting stations are in the exact same strip mall. And the Navy were the only ones working that day.
Oh, God.
I think they were
So
probably
that
the
made it
last
kind of
guy I
easy.
tried.
Yeah. Yeah. So that made it kind of easy. Since you've been in the Navy, what are some of the things that you've done?
I've been deployed to Japan, Italy, Greece, Iraq, Afghanistan, Japan multiple times. I've lived all over this great country of ours, from Maine to Hawaii to Washington State. You know, and I've just got to watch and see junior sailors develop to become, you know, right behind me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I know in your submission that you sent in that last year at the start of the year, you were in Japan and you would wake up at 2 a.m. to watch the Miami Dolphins games. What was that like?
It was great, actually. Oddly enough, the Dolphins games were on the TV over there, you know, because a lot of times it's the more popular teams, but for some reason the Dolphins versus Denver game was on TV, so I got to watch that one versus watching it on, you know, my little screen on my phone. It was awesome. You know, every time the Dolphins score a touchdown, when I'm at home, I run outside and I wave my flag around and hoot and holler. But that's here. Over there, I'm living in a barracks, and I didn't want to hoot and holler, so I'd go outside and I'd quietly yell, "Let's go, Dolphins!"
That is awesome. And you've been a fan of the Miami Dolphins your entire life, I take it. What's your earliest memory of being a fan of the team?
Watching the fake spike with my grandfather.
That's awesome.
He used to let me stay up and watch the football games with them when they were on late at night, and we stayed up and I was watching that fake spike, and that's one of the earliest memories I have. You know, and then I went to quite a few games with him as a little kid. So just, you know, just really got immersed into the Miami Dolphins at a very young age.
That is awesome. That's what we love to hear. And Clay, thank you so much for your 22 years, soon to be 23 years serving in the Navy. Thank you for your service to our country and for being a great fan of the Miami Dolphins. And Clay, I do have some exciting news that you are one of the two winners of our DolphinsTalk.com Fan of the Year contest, our Military Fan of the Year contest. And week 1, when Miami plays the Jacksonville Jaguars, you will be at Hard Rock Stadium to watch Miami play. Congratulations, Clay.
I'm overwhelmed. Thank you so much. It was just a great honor to even be like acknowledged and to write to you guys. It was awesome just to, you know, write and tell you guys what a big fan I am. And well, thank you guys so much. I can't put into words. I'm almost speechless.
How many games have you seen them play live? I don't think it's many from your submission here.
I probably went to, as a young kid, I probably went to about 6 or 7. When they played in Seattle, my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, we went and watched them play there. And then we went last year, was one of the first times I got to go see them. I hadn't been to the stadium since they renovated or anything like that.
That's awesome.
Well, the statues were there or anything. So,
yeah. Well, congratulations again. We'll talk and we'll get everything all lined up. But you are one of the two winners in week 1. Not going to have to wait long. It's coming up real soon. When Miami plays Jacksonville, Clay, you'll be there. And thank you again for your service to our country, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much for what you guys do. I really appreciate it. Look forward to hearing you guys on the pod here shortly.